Good morning, UU Nashua. I've worn many hats at this church, but today I come to you wearing only two. My membership hat. I've been a member for almost 3 years, and also my church treasurer hat. I currently serve as your treasurer, and before that I served as a member at large on the board of trustees for 2 years. I'm here to talk about our Stewardship pledge drive. Now I know you may be thinking, oh no, the church treasurer is here to talk about money. But before you decide to tune this out, I want to tell you a story. Our story begins nearly 1 year ago. It seems oh so long ago when we met in person. But back then, I thought I had a pretty good relationship with my church, with you, and I did. I volunteered for community dinners, I was a lead host for coffee hour, was a worship associate, a youth advisor, and in a covenant group, and I gave monthly. I enjoyed my time here, and I looked forward to being part of it. But then, terrible, horrible things happened. Our entire world changed. People got sick and died, and are still getting sick and dying. And Black people were still being shot and dying. Children were still in cages. Families were still being separated. And these terrible, horrible things were intersecting each other, where Black people and detained immigrant children and adults were more likely to get sick and die, and in many cases, they didn't have a choice to protect themselves. And we had a president of the United States that didn't give us any hope. Do you remember? These things challenged us. For me, my instinct was to cry in a corner, crawl into bed, and hide myself from the world and from everyone. And that could have been really easy to do. But instead, I chose to be in community. I chose to find strength in community, in this community, my church community, a place where we could cry together, march together, rally together, and help together. And we did. We cried together, marched together, rallied together, and helped together. And from this church, I drew from the well of inspiration, courage, and love. I felt the warmth of this community from the flame that is lit here every Sunday and every time we gather together. And I took some of that light back with me into my other places. This community, this flame is what helped me through last year. And it means so much to me that we are still here and still strong, and I can still be part of it. I asked myself, what is my church worth to me? And I answered with my pledge earlier this month. And I really challenged myself to put a price to this, all of this. And that's the reason I personally quadrupled my pledge this year. This church, you are that important to me. And for the first time, I believe that my heart is truly speaking through my pledge. I'd be happy to talk to any of you about my church experience. Just find me one way or another. But until then, I challenge you to ask yourself the same question. What is this church really worth to you?